Hey, it's been a while, so it's like Tuesday, October 14th, like 12 a.m. And for the past week, I think like starting from last week, Tuesday, that whole week wasn't real. I think during this point is like a very critical time in lots of students' lives, and just due to like midterms and bigger assignments and workloads and the amount of things going on, I feel like this week specifically really took a toll on me. I really have to. I feel like, in terms of my energy, I haven't put it into. I feel like I can put more energy into school. I feel like I've been surface level with my attention towards school recently. Like, even like the first few weeks, I can't lie to you, I was just like, okay, school. But now I'm just like, I have to see exactly what is required of me and make sure I talk to my teachers and make sure my presence is there, and just be as just be as welcoming, as open, but also as strong, reliant, and responsible. I feel like, again, I'm still responsible for myself and making sure I'm in order and taken care of. And I posted different videos about like being stressed and how it's okay to be stressed and how it's not okay to be stressed. I wouldn't really touch on that this time around because I mean, that's still the general concept of like you have a lot going on for you, and a lot of people are dealing with this, but also not undermining how you feel, but also understanding that you still have a job to do and you still have work to do, you know. Instead, this segment is just like a renewal process. I don't think I post, I think with the direction of the channel, I can't lie to you, it's just like a few friends that watch this channel, and even the way I talk with zero editing, maybe some captions here and there, in terms of gaining new audiences with like with the minimal attention spans. It's just someone that's talking straight directly to the camera. First of all, I want to like applaud myself for being able to talk in front of a camera because I didn't have I don't think I was confident enough to do that like years ago when I first started the channel. And even the videos I had at first, they're long gone. But I can't make any empty promises of like, oh, I'm going to post. I feel like with YouTube itself, it has to be like a specific curation, and people use YouTube. I don't know. I don't know what my relationship with social media is, but I've gone to so many different tracks, and I don't even remember what the context was. But yes, we'll go into different sections. So let's talk about past, present, future. Past, the week was absolutely stressful for me. But after the week, I think on Friday or Saturday, I was able to post just like a recap of the week. And you see that curated feed of like how I want people to perceive me as someone who's like very busy and hardworking, not knowing the kind of struggle I went through. Actually, wait, no, I did. I know I was very direct about like how busy I was, but instead of like struggling, I was like under the caption, I was like, I'm so grateful for myself for how well I handled the days. And I am grateful, you know? But I think in the way I word my captions, there's just no negativity. I don't talk badly about myself ever. Like, ever, you know? And I just feel like there's no need to. I can't be like, oh, I've been going through this stress and I feel like I'm not able to fulfill my task. And no, ew, that's not what I think. I know, I believe I'm capable, and that's the kind of impression I tell people. Yes, it's difficult, and there's no harm in admitting something is difficult. The key is just you have to work on it as much that it looks easy. There's some people, when it has to do with like talent versus practice, like seeing all these big musicians and celebrities and wanting to be like them, but not knowing the amount of hours put into working on a performance piece, the frustration of not getting the right, your voice is incorporating with you, this and that, like issues with like your band members and chemistry and other things, parasocial fans. There are always negatives to a life, always, and there are positives as well. So, even in terms of like counting blessings and things that you're grateful for, it's better for you to focus on the things that you have versus the things that you don't. Always. Like, I understand, like, human need, insatiable hunger. I want to get this. I get $1,000. How do I make it $10,000? How do I make it 20,000? How do I make it 100,000? How do I make it a million? etc. But again, that's just, it's real, but it's unhealthy. Especially granted that everyone's pace completely different. So that's the past. I posted those pictures. I looked at myself. I was like, wow. And then Instagram notified me that, oh, I had 150 posts. I've posted 150 things on Instagram. And mind you, like, let's say more than half of them, more than 50% was from May to October this year. Because my life was so interesting enough for me to share traveling to countries and stuff. I was like, wow, let me share this to people. And then now, unconsciously, I'm in this my mysterious era of like, I don't want people to view me. I don't want perception at all. I don't like, you stop looking at me. So I private my account, public it, private, public. It's always like this never ending cycle. Because especially with Instagram, I don't know what to do with it. Instagram is that kind of thing, like, the people. I make sure that I know the people I'm following and I know the people that are following me. But even though I know you, I'm not close to you. So I'm like, what level do I share? And it's social media. No one cares. But at the same time, it's like, it's your brand. When you post is you. At the end of the day, it's still your face. And the kind of content I want from my Instagram is definitely more professional, more, you know. And I've noticed with myself, I don't necessarily talk about like other celebrities or people I admire. Even like right now, I was talking about Instagram. I was about to compare myself to another popular celebrity's Instagram feed that is mostly like advertising and like aesthetic dumps, perfectly curated and stuff. And I just realized what I was saying. I was like, does that seem like me? My own brand or my own personality is someone who's laid back, easygoing, but at the same time still is passionate about things and still refers to people and loves to help other people. I love doing that so much if I can. Um, but like even thinking about like the future of this channel as well, because I can't lie, 5 years and then like what, not even up to 200 subscribers. It's not it's not you, it's me. It's really based off of, in YouTube, I don't know what my identity is. I don't know what my, and I'm still figuring things out, right? I don't know what my identity is. I don't know what editing style I'm thinking of. I don't know what kind of content to put out. I always use like my Mac photo booth as like filming when I'm doing these kind of films, unless I'm doing a vlog. but this is just like a one-on-one convo to talk about things. So, in general, YouTube question mark, Instagram, I have the idea, execution question mark, TikTok, I have like 8,000 accounts on there. I'm like, the dance is definitely something that's popping off recently. I've been posting every day. I have like 3 hour dance sessions, so I just splice the dances and then under a minute or maybe just 30 minutes and post them every day. The second one doesn't really have much traction. It's an old account, so I've had that since 2018 when it became um TikTok, when Musically became TikTok. And then the third one was like more of an aesthetic one, similar to the Instagram of like I want it to be professional, but that one also isn't gaining as much traction as like the dance account. So I think I'll focus on the dance account for now and just see how well that's going to grow. Then we can now see what the other ones will have. And I think that first one, the 2018 one, is just there. I don't that one is just there. I don't take it seriously, but like that's like my primary one. Like all my memes, all my sound effects, all those things, they're there. Well, and all those tips and advice and all the useful information there. That aside, yeah, my social media presence is definitely, especially again with posting this much, it's like now exclusively of how much of myself I want to share. It's not necessarily, oh, I want to, like, people don't need to know everything about you. That's fine. And I take that seriously as well. I feel like the boundaries you keep, like, makes it safer for you. Because I don't need, and everything really depends on how comfortable you are. And think of it this way, if you don't mind people talking about this with like five other people, go ahead. But if not, then there's no way, not no way, but like there's no reason to talk about it. But always reach out when you're struggling. I feel like a lot of people go to social media, reach out for help because genuinely they don't have anyone. But also understand that the internet, they switch up. It's you're dealing with a like such an the internet is such an inconsistent like base full of misinformation, jealousy, comparison, and just pure hatred. And I can't allow the negatives affect my view on the positives because social media pays for people's ways of living. It does endorsements for people, getting advertising for people. It gives them the visibility. It brings people to spaces that they need to be in. They're just two sides. I can't uplift the positive without thinking of the negative. And then also like thinking about the negatives and not acknowledging the positives. I don't know what my story is meant to look like. I just know that I don't know what my story looks like, but I just know that it has something to do with a camera. If I'm in front of it, if I'm behind it, who knows? I just want it to be I'm recording, the process is there. Regardless. October has taught me a lot. I have been in new positions and new things are expected of me responsibility wise, and I just need to measure up to that. And I feel like the way I have put myself out there this year isn't enough. That's just me personally. I think this is the time where as much as I'm even needed in school, because this was the time where I was planning for study abroad and thinking about all that logistic and telling everyone that I want to study abroad and all that. This was the time last year. So now that there's no school to come back to, like no undergrad to come back to in September of next year, what happens now? We start thinking about postgrad, and realistically, I feel that this is the time for me to even remove my identity as a student, still be a student and work hard, obviously, but I definitely need to put my foot outside of school, because that's just been my identity: school, student. But I'm like, I'm not going to be a student. I'm going to be a graduate, God willing. Wait, are we in the present or are we in the future? I don't know. Yeah, so in the present, I'm working towards all the responsibilities I have as council director, club member, student, just regular student. What else? I think there's something else I'm missing. Is there? I think those three now. I think those are the three main responsibilities I have like right now. And also like being, it's still school related, but also being an assistant director on another person's shoots and taking the responsibility of coordination and logistics on another person's film. So I have to take that film as my own. Yeah. And the shoot is coming up. Crazy. Um as the present, I'm juggling with all that as well as post grad, yes. And then my present affects the future. What I do now affects the future. So now for the future, our future really breeds a lot of anxiety because everyone is so worried, what's going to happen to me in 5 years now, because COVID was 5 years ago, 2020, and 5 years from now, 5 years from now, like in the future, 2030, it feels unreal. 2030. Anyway, 2030 will now be another milestone, and I can't start thinking about it because even from 2020, even the year 2020, there was no way I was thinking this far. So I can't even start thinking that far as well. And as much as a lot can change in 5 years, a lot can change in 5 months. Granted, this year alone, 2 countries, and I keep repeating that because it's like insane. I talk about it, but I think that would need a proper video, and I don't want to make promises I won't keep. That's why I don't announce anything. I feel like I treat Instagram like, okay, I'm a celebrity. Like, okay, guys, yes, I'm posting this thing. Miss me, engagement and whatnot. But with YouTube, I don't even bother because YouTube is a whole different playground, But I know in the future, whatever my decision is, I just want to be thriving. I just want to have money. Do you know, honestly, I really don't care what I'm doing professional wise. I genuinely don't care. As long as I'm making money. As long as I'm making money, I'm traveling. I need those two. I mean, a nice house, gorgeous view. I don't even care where it is. I'm telling you, I don't care. I just need a nice house. I need constant flow, thousands and thousands of dollars in my account. And what was the last one? Money, house, travel. I want to travel often. I want to go to I want to I want to do Africa. I want to travel to more African countries and Asian countries. Europe, South America. South America, you know. I want to explore. I really want to like see the world. And it's just so huge, it's so vast. I can't limit myself to a space. I can't do that. Seeing how grand the world is and how well people operate and how short life is. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm almost done with university. Me. Me. Me that I was literally in I was literally in middle school, high school, like 2 seconds ago. Suddenly I'm done. Crazy. And those experiences, the life lessons that I've learned within the past 5 years, if we're talking about like 5 years, well, 4 years of university, is like technically it's been 3 years, but you get the gist. It's like I knows and I'm everything is time, everything is experience. I know so much about myself now that my myself like coming into school wouldn't think that this maybe was actually talking. And I wish I talked to myself as much. I actually did, but my memory was wiped out. I remember I did talk to myself as much as I did now, but the memory was wiped out. But if I still had those memories, or maybe it's good that those ones are gone. There are some that still remain, there are some that still. But anyway, two sides. I wish I had those memories to look at the growth, but I'm also glad that they're gone so I can make new memories for myself. I can say those that way. And the the people I'm friends with, the people I relate with, the people I'm just like surrounded by have really influenced me and the things that I like and dislike in people as well. 100%. Life lessons, really. You have to work for what you want because as much as the world the world really gives you what you give it, and I feel we operate in this feeling of when we operate in this feeling of desperation of like let's say wealth, for instance, a lot of money makers don't talk. A lot of wealthy people, they don't just say okay, start up a company and everything comes from the mind and the heart. As like, do you believe you're someone worth millions? Truthfully, it's not me. It's not me interrogating anything. But it's like, do you genuinely believe you're worth millions? If not, then why do you expect you're meant to be someone earning? Like, why do you expect millions if you don't think you deserve it? The same thing of like, if you're so stingy with money, like the money you have, let's say you don't have a job, you're living off of parents' allowance, family and allowance, you're holding on to the money, you can't let go of it. It's like, so nothing is going to enter your pocket if this is how you're treating it. If you see someone on the street that needs $5 and you have 100, you're like, I, I just need it. It's your money, of course, but realistically, it's not. It's something that's circling. Money is in a constant. Money is the value of something, and when you hold it, it depreciates. Bruh, I should honestly just become a millionaire so I can have these talks. See how you guys are getting these talks for free. But anyway, the more you hold it, it depreciates. Also, with the staggering inflation rates, the 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 $10 today is not the same $10 of 2000. The year 2000 is not the same $10, and that's how in 2030 it's going to be even worse. So start investing now. Start thinking on the future. Actually, instead of doing all that, just educate yourself first. Yes. Your parents didn't teach you this. Your parents didn't teach you that. Da da da. Da. Learn it. It's your responsibility to learn it yourself now. I personally am learning French, Igbo as like extra languages, just to converse, just to have, because English is boring. But I'm also taking a responsibility to fully educate myself on money, how it works as well. Because the life I want to live is mine already. And the amount of opportunities, endless. When you think about it, you can earn money in any way. Literally, when I found out that, and just, I think it was like, oh, it's not like there's no job or something like that. It's like you just don't know the name of it. And I agree. Wholeheartedly. People get paid for anything, everything. People get paid for the products, people get paid for services. Well, those are like general. But think about it. Anything can be a product. Anything can be a service. So think of the value you have and what you can offer people. And if you don't have anything to offer, build it. Because even like this, that's almost 30 minutes. I'm still going to post it, yeah. Even these videos, there are lots of other YouTubers that post whatever this is meant to be. It's not meant to be like, this isn't meant to be like this kind of self-confidence, self-improvement videos. This is just me talking about myself. And a lot of people see their experiences through me as I'm going through life. And I'm grateful. Because like when I get messages of like, because I don't have a big audience, so it's like my friends watching, when my friends are like, oh, maybe this is so real, I totally agree. I'm like, wow, life is worth living. It's like, wow, you actually saw yourself through my work. But anyway, so it's not necessarily self-improvement, but even something like this, people get money from it. So I'm so grateful for the opportunities I have right now and the resources I have right now. I just always feel like there's more to level up on. I don't believe the best version exists, but there's always a better version. Yeah. I don't think I'd elaborate on that, so I think you just get the gist. But yeah, that's past, present, future. I've had a lot of concerns about like mental health and where my attention is going to within this period of time. But funny enough, I'm not as anxious. I'm not really as anxious as I usually am during this time. I don't know. At this time, I'd be full on. Maybe it's also because reading week started and I fully rested. Fully. I made sure I did nothing within the beginning half. Now, the ending half, I'm like, okay, let's actually lock in. But to say the least, it's like, I can't beat myself up over things that are out of my control. at the same time, I can't beat myself off of things that I can fix. I think with the things that I personally can fix is this kind of thing of like, oh, why aren't you fixing it? Why aren't you fixing it? Why aren't you fixing it earlier on? Or stuff. Something like that. I'm just like, as long as it's getting done and you also communicate that you need help. People are not evil, but people want transparency. Everyone wants to do their best, but we have to understand that you can't do your best if you're under that same pressure of doing your best everywhere else. And especially, that's why mothers really need to be, mothers, they need to be paid with like gold at this point, like the highest carats of gold. That's what they need to be paid, because I'm just thinking of a young woman that's also like having the same thoughts as me and also taking care of a child in the same breath. Like while she's talking in this YouTube, there's a baby crying in the background, and you still have to teach her. See how I already assumed the baby is a girl. Teach the child everything that you're going through as well, and also understanding that you don't have all the answers, but they believe you do. Oh, that's such a responsibility. I can't even. But regardless, I am definitely like growing in my faith again. It's not like, okay, when things are bad, I run to God. Well, but it's this kind of thing of like, I understand a lot of what I feel, but the days where things get unclear, especially juggling with all the responsibilities I have, I most likely just turn to God and just say, please take this. But it's not like take. It's not like take, I won't talk to you again. But it's like, please just hold this for now. I'm really dealing with a lot right now. But and that's been my method, because I feel like, like even growing in faith and like understanding God and what God is. God differs from person to person, and the whole entity and the whole belief system really it's really all over the place. It's like, why do you believe in God? Just as a question, why do you believe in God? Question mark. And there's no, anyway, before I even get into that, that's a whole different thing. But I'm growing in faith. I have my cute Bible here. You can color inside. I just can't color though, but you can color inside. And then hardcover. Anyway, it's a pretty. Yesterday, because it's Tuesday. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. I spent it with family, friends, and I think just spending time with loved ones is like, yeah, I definitely feel very fulfilled afterwards, and it even gave me the motivation to even talk on YouTube. But regardless, I've touched so many points. This has been my update. Stressed out week. Even more stress incoming. And the future really depends on the present. But I'm not as stressed as I was before. Because I've played these games before. Like, in terms of thinking about summer plans and all these things, it's like, yes, now I think about that, but now is this kind of thing of like, regardless of what I choose and regardless of where I'm being pushed to, it's what needs to happen that will happen. Because at the end of the day, the kind of spaces you fight to be in, if it's God's will for you to be there, you're going to be there. If it's not, you're not. And even the most shiny accomplishments and the shiny organizations you want to be a part of, God may say, nah, work on your own first. Build up your own company. And you do that, and it's worth more than the company you wanted to work for in the first place because of your rejection. What does rejection mean? Oh yeah, lol. I think that would be a different video. Would I keep this video for myself? I think I'll keep this video for myself. I don't think I'll post 36 minutes. I'll just make another shorter one, but this was good to have.